Hey, it is Chris. Yes, this is the second video of the day, but I said I'm going to make videos when there's news, so I'm going to make videos. Joe Biden literally just finished addressing the nation. He spoke for 13-ish minutes. The speech was billed as him sort of explaining why he decided not to run for re-election, a decision that was announced on Sunday. It really wasn't that, to be totally honest. He talked a little bit about the need to hand off the sort of torch of leadership to younger people, but he didn't really talk about his age. He said he could win. He thought he could win. He thought what he had done in his first term deserved a second term and all that. I have two basic, big-ish takeaways. Number one, in watching the speech, I think if you are a Democrat, you have to have breathed a gigantic sigh of relief that Joe Biden is not your presidential nominee going forward. I thought Biden was at times fine, but he mumbled. He misspoke. Again, he was reading from a teleprompter. He stumbled. He misspoke. It was hard to understand a few things that he said. A lot of the same problems that we've seen with him, you know, in his public appearances over the last month. Again, he wasn't as bad as he was at the June 27th debate. Not even close. But he was not someone who inspired confidence that at his age, 81, he could serve another 4 years. So that's point one. Point two, Biden didn't name Donald Trump in the speech, which was given in the Oval Office, which makes some sense, right? It was in sort of a presidential speech as opposed to a campaign speech. But I think what he wanted to do with the speech was to sort of frame what he believes to be the dynamic of the race, or what should be the dynamic of the race. To that point, I just want to read a couple quotes. He said, democracy is at stake. He said it's a choice, quote, between hope and hate. He said this election is about whether character still matters. All of those things, I think, were themes of the Biden campaign, now gone, and will be to some extent themes of the Harris campaign. But that's how Joe Biden sees this election, that this is about protecting democracy. That is why he got in the race in 2020 against Donald Trump, and why I think he continued to think he should run in 2024, because I do think he thought he was the only candidate who could beat Donald Trump, and I'm not sure he doesn't still think that, candidly. So that's how he sees the race. We'll see if that's how Harris sees the race. Does she talk about capital D democracy a lot, or does she focus on other issues? Does she talk about, you know, this is between hope and hate? Or does she choose another frame? But that was Joe Biden signaling that's how he sees the race and how he thinks the choice should be made. So those are my big two takeaways. Biden not up to another 4 years, and Democrats should be very glad he is not on the ballot. And number two, Biden sort of offering you his cliff notes on how he thinks the race should be run and won come November. All right, that's all I got. As always, even though this is the second video of the day, I'm going to ask you to do four things. I'm going to ask you to subscribe to this channel. If you haven't, it's easy. Just hit subscribe. It's free. I'm going to ask you to like this video. I'm going to ask you to comment on this video. Do it for the algorithm. And I'm going to ask you to tell 10 friends. All right, everybody, take care.